So here's my recap and review of Cobra Kai Season 3. Now, I found it really funny that a lot of my friends had never seen Cobra Kai. I actually got a subscription to YouTube TV or whatever their service was that had it, just to be able to watch Cobra Kai Season 1 and 2 when they originally got released, and then I canceled. Because I'm a huge 80s fan, as people probably can't tell, and I love the Karate Kid series, and I was really excited for those. So it was really funny to see the social media storm when Netflix picked it up and everybody started discovering it for the very first time. So I've been on board since day one. This season opened, I'm going to talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. I'll start with what I didn't like. There was a little bit more cheese in Season 3 than there was in Season 1 and 2. And the first 2 episodes I thought were almost a waste in this season. But we find out that Daniel's business is now suffering because of the fight that happened at the school. Miguel's in a coma, not expected to survive. We've got Bobby on the run for actually hurting him. And we've got Daniel and we've got Johnny trying to locate Bobby. And they kind of work together at the very first couple of episodes to find him. And then Bobby ends up getting sent to basically juvie, where he has to deal with some stuff while he's there. Now, at the same time, we've got Miguel, who does eventually wake up. He doesn't die. He wakes up, and again, by the end of the season, he's back up on his feet. He's fighting after having a major surgery, and I thought that was a little quick. It didn't really mesh with the story. It was too fast. And I will tell you that Bobby's character did not have enough screen time this season. He ends up going over to Cobra Kai towards the end of the season, and I didn't think it was justified. There was nothing in his character after what he went through in the first 2 seasons that would lead me to believe that he would turncoat, so quickly towards the end of this season. So those were the things I really didn't like. Let's talk about what was good here. We do have Daniel's business suffering. So I was wondering how they were going to bring back the characters from the Karate Kid 2, and there was a rumor that Ali was going to be back. So let's talk about how they brought these characters back. Because Daniel's business is suffering, there's a rival car company that wants to come in and take over his business. And to do this, what they did is they took the main company that makes the cars that are sold at Daniel's dealership and got their exclusive deal. So basically pulled his business away from him. This causes Daniel to go east to deal with this company. And while he's there, he can't get the company to agree to come back to his business because of the deal that they made with this rival the rival dealership. While he's there, he decides to visit Okinawa because he's right there, and he meets up with Kamiko, played by the same girl who played her in The Karate Kid 2. And when they're meeting, they also have Chosen shows up. Kamiko invited Chosen to come over because she thought it would be good for all 3 of them to talk. And I was a little nervous at first, but there was a whole purpose behind all of this. Now, Kamiko, you find out she's never been married, and Chosen has his own dojo. And you find out that at the end of The Karate Kid 2, you had the uncle of Chosen was actually really good friends with, if you remember, Mr. Miyagi. Well, Mr. Miyagi actually gave Chosen's uncle some secrets to the Miyagi dojo, secrets that Daniel never got. And what was funny is there was a scene where Chosen says, why don't you come over and I'll show you some stuff that Miyagi taught me. And, well, not Miyagi himself, but the secrets that he got from his uncle. And he showed him that he said that they learned that if you can't beat your opponent, disable them, basically, take their ability to fight away. So he does this move on Daniel where he's able to cut off his ability to move in both his arms and his legs and leaves Daniel completely defenseless. And before he leaves at Okinawa, Chosen actually gives him the secrets to the dojo and says, you can take these back and use them at your dojo as well. So they definitely have made up and things are good. Now, they brought these characters in as well because that dealership being over there in Okinawa, not the dealership, the car company that makes the cars, there's a person who's in charge there. And that person who's in charge and is really high up in the company is actually the girl that Daniel saved during the storm in The Karate Kid 2. And because he saved her, she agrees to get the business back to his company. And so it was really well done. I thought they tied that together well, and he goes back home. So there was a purpose for bringing those characters in. Now, later on, we have Ali coming in, right? So Ali does come in towards the end of the season. She played her part well, too, because there's still this rivalry between Johnny and Daniel. And that's one thing I have not agreed with. I've wanted to see them get together to take down Kreese. Ever since they introduced Kreese in season 2, I wanted to see them team up and take him down. We get little hints that that's going to happen, but it never quite happens. And, at the end of season 2, we had Johnny totally walking away from Cobra Kai. Well, Allie comes into the mix basically to show these two individuals, you guys don't need to have a rivalry. Things have changed. We're all adults now. Things are good. You got to look at what you have. Daniel's married. You've got Johnny, who's in a relationship with Miguel's mom, and she kind of puts things into perspective for them. And then at the end, that gets Johnny to want to go and definitely take Kreese out. Now, he goes to see Kreese, and they have a big fight, and it looks like Kreese is about to kill Johnny when Daniel shows up and, basically kicks his butt and ends up using the techniques that he learned from the Miyagi Dojo, secrets that he didn't have. He took Kreese's ability to fight away and was able to take him down. Now, this is all building up to an incredible season 4 where they're going to bring back the karate championship. During this season, we had the city take it away because of the fight that happened at the school. But we've got them coming back, and they actually convinced the city to bring it back to fight for them. To bring the fight back and actually have them fight in a safe location in a tournament that can be seen by everybody instead of having them fight in the school. So they had a pretty good argument, and the city does agree to have that tournament, which will happen next year. Now, there were some allegiances that changed throughout this season. You're going to have to watch it. I can't even get into all the different changes with the people switching from this side to this side to this side to this side. All I could tell you is that Bobby at the end went with Kreese. Kreese ends up making a call at the end of the season, I think, to John Silver, the guy that was in The Karate Kid 3. They had a lot of flashbacks with him in Vietnam, and Silver was a part of that, and I think he's calling Silver to come help him again with the Cobra Kai dojo. And then the very last kind of shot of the season is Johnny Lawrence, and you've got Daniel LaRusso. They team up together in a dojo to train their individuals so they can take Cobra Kai down once and for all, which will lead us into season 4. I was kind of hoping season 4 would be the last, but the creators came out and said they have at least 2 more, possibly more than that, 2 more seasons for sure coming. I don't know how they're going to drag it out that long, but some things were rushed in the season. Like I said, you got Miguel, who healed way too quickly. You've got Bobby, who made a major switch to go with Cobra Kai, which doesn't make any sense after what happened after season 1 and 2. I mean, it makes sense that he started to go down a dark path, but that doesn't change. It wasn't enough to change him to what he became at the end of the season. So we're going to see what happens in upcoming seasons. If I had to rate all these seasons, I'd give season 1 definitely 5 stars. Season 2, I didn't like the fight at the very end of the season, so I'd give it 4.5 stars. And this season, I'd also give it 4.5 stars. Didn't so much like the beginning of the season, but man, the last episode of this season, season 3, was the best episode I think they've had. To see Daniel fight and Johnny fight in a fight that was actually worthy of them fighting, at the end, and what transpired was pretty freaking awesome to watch it. They've been very respectful with the property, so I'm grateful that they were able to bring the Karate Kid series back and be respectful with it and not crap all over it like some of these other movies that, bring back 80s stuff. I'm a huge 80s fan, and this one is one of the most respectful properties I've seen them deal with. So I give kudos to the creators, and I'm glad that Netflix has got it. It was fun to stream it all and watch it over a couple of days. So we're all going to be excited for season 4. I appreciate everybody who's watched. Please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will be notified as I have new reviews go up. So there's my review and recap of Cobra Kai Season 3. Definitely a must-watch.